These wildfires in California are just horrific. I know, Alice, you and I both have personal connections to the area, friends who've lost their homes. There's a panoply of causes. There's vegetation and fuel, and there's Santa Ana winds of more than 80 miles an hour, and there's hot, dry conditions from climate change. Where do you think the attribution science is going to come down on how big a role climate change played in these California wildfires?
Well, what is attribution science? This is new science that has developed over maybe the last 20 years that shows that's the fingerprints of climate change. And we know that the increase in wildfires in California and across the globe already carry the fingerprints of climate change. The attribution scientists have to look at this event to determine how much. It's going to be, I believe, a large chunk.
Americans are facing rising property insurance rates. You saw this in Florida, but now kind of across the country, even in Iowa. And now certainly we're going to see probably a crisis in California. Given that we know we're in line for 2, likely even 3+ degrees of warming this century, what should happen in terms of insurance to get the right behavior we want for our economy and our homeowners?
Well, there are a number of things we should do. One is reduce the risk, and so that's building codes and where people live. We have a primarily private insurance approach here in the United States. Other nations take a national approach. Italy just decided that it's going to require all businesses to buy climate insurance, essentially, to spread the risk across Italy. Switzerland has a fabulous national disaster insurance program. What will happen? Eventually, the private insurers will decide this risk is too big. We're already seeing that. Big insurers who spread their risk across the entire United States. So that means if they have a big loss in Maine, they can probably cover it because they're making money elsewhere. But they're saying California's too wildfire prone. They're moving out. So we're seeing a growth in backup government plans. Eventually what will happen, and this doesn't come from me, this comes from the CEO of a major reinsurance company. He said private insurance won't be available. Property is a big portion of their book of business, but as this risk grows, it will shrink and they'll move on to other things. The thing we need to know is that communities do so much better with insurance. Without insurance, people move away. They go bankrupt. Small businesses close really hard on communities. So we need to help them be insured. That means better risk reduction to keep insurers interested. And if we don't do that, it'll be the government picking up the tab.